How is everyone? This is pre-PAX. PAX is tomorrow. We're so excited. Tonight I thought we would try out this LOLGiant deck that I've been working on for a while. It's not gonna win 100% of the time, but it's damn fun when you can get it to win. So I thought we'd just go through it, play some matches, and see how we go. So starting it off. Oh, you know what? I forgot to post in my own damn Discord. There we go. Alright, so to start off, we've got 4 Stitches Supplier. This is an interesting one. So this is a 1/1 zombie for 1 black. When Stitches Supplier enters the battlefield or dies, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. So graveyard matters. Fills your graveyard, which is good for our 3 copies of Lazav the Lazav, which is a legendary creature, shapeshifter, 1 blue, 1 black for a 1/3 from, of course, Guilds of Ravnica. When Lazav enters the battlefield, Surveil 1. You'll see the Surveil theme throughout the deck to help us fuel stuff into the discard pile and fix our draws and stuff. X, Lazav becomes a copy of target creature card in your graveyard with converted mana cost of X, except its name is still Lazav, which is nice, right? It's legendary in addition to its other types and has this ability because, you know, obviously, why would it not change from something to something? It would make no sense if it was going from, you know, not legendary, or I should say from legendary to not legendary. That wouldn't make any sense at all. We'd hate that. I'd love it. We are playing 2 copies of Mission Briefing. You could probably not play any copies. To be honest, I chucked them in here because it's Mission Briefing, and anyone that knows me knows how much I crow about this card being very, very good. This is an instant for 2 blue mana. Surveil 2, then choose an instant or sorcery card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. If that card would be put into a graveyard this turn, exile it instead. We do run quite a few things that we can do with it, such as getting another chance on our Vraska's Contempt, or maybe for some reason you had to play Connive early instead of Concoct, and then you can Concoct later for like 7 mana. But it's doable. Or maybe you just want to use a Mausoleum Secrets, which we play 2 of. This new tutor isn't terrible. It's probably fine. It's not amazing when it comes to tutors. You probably want to check out another tutor. But this is 1 black and 1 colors for an instant with Undergrowth. Search your library for a black card. Yes, that is a black card. It is blue-black. So black does play a part. The same with the Whisper Agent. It's considered a black card. You can't get, obviously, blue cards because it says black cards. So, you can search your library for a black card with a converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. Pretty straightforward. It's a tutor for black stuff in your deck. Next we have Dimir Informant. This is a 2 colors and 1 blue for a human rogue. When Dimir Informant enters the battlefield, it's an 1/4, yeah. Surveil 2. So it's a 1/4 human rogue. Next we have Whisper Agent. This little flash boy is great. So this is a human rogue 3/2 with flash for 1 colorless, hybrid blue-black, hybrid blue-black. When Whisper Agent enters the battlefield, Surveil 1. So, yeah, we're just using it most of the time as a... that was my bad. I'll add that back in a second. We're using it most of the time, these 3 copies, as just a quick blocker, as a wall. So that's always fun. We have Quasi-Duplicate for 2 blue and 1 colors. This jumpstart sorcery creates a token that's a copy of target creature you control. So the interesting thing here is that you still get the ETB triggers. So if you copy your Hostage Taker, yep, you'll get your ETB because the token comes in as a copy of that creature, which is actually really nice. So your main targets here are going to be your Ravenous Chupacabra maybe, You may copy from Lazav if you really need to, if you're just desperate. But just remember that, you know, your token copy is also going to be a legendary creature, so you'll have to sacrifice your token, which is fine. You can also make it a copy of Doom Whisperer or our killer, the Lol Troll, the Lotleth Giant, which we'll get to in a second. So we're playing 2 copies of Vraska's Contempt. These are just to keep us in the game, to exile a creature or planeswalker. A lot of the time you're using it just as, you know, get that little bit of buff to life. That 2 life is pretty interestingly needed in this deck. This is a long form deck. We're playing 1 copy of Hostage Taker. Now you could probably take some stuff out and put in more copies of Hostage Taker because it's really good, but I only own 1 copy on Arena, so that's why we're playing 1 copy here. Of course, this is 1 blue, 1 black, and 2 colors for a 2/3. It's a human pirate, and when Hostage Taker enters the battlefield, exile another target creature or artifact until Hostage Taker leaves the battlefield. You may cast that card as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though mana of any color to cast that spell. So it speaks for itself. It's just there to help us exile our opponent's creatures. You're not always going to play those creatures, but you do have the advantage of being able to do that. We have 3 copies of a Ravenous Chupacabra. This is 2 colors and 2 black mana for a Beast Horror 2/2 uncommon. When Ravenous Chupacabra enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls. Self-explanatory, it kills stuff. We have our engine, or at least our main engine. This is Doom Whisperer. Shh, can you hear it? I couldn't resist. This is 3 colors and 2 black for a Nightmare Demon 6/6 flying trample. If the mana cost wasn't just like the greatest icing on the cake, then the pay 2 life to Surveil 2 is just amazing. So we're going to use this. We're just going to like Surveil down to 2 or 1 life if we have to get as many creatures into the discard pile as possible to fuel our Lotleth Giant. We've got Connive Concoct. Connive, of course, is 2 colors, hybrid blue-black for a sorcery. Gain control of target creature with power 2 or less. Surprisingly relevant. More relevant than you might think, especially when you can steal your opponent's ETB type creature and then quasi-duplicate it. I have done that on occasion when I have needed to. Very rarely, but it's helped me close games. But here we want Concoct, which is 3 colors, 1 blue and 1 black. Surveil 3, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Most of the time, you want it to be your Lotleth Giant. Sometimes, you want it to be a Doom Whisperer. If you're really desperate, Hostage Taker or Ravenous Chupacabra can suffice. But generally speaking, that's just really great. Did I also mention that Quasi-Duplicate is actually Jumpstart? I mean, we probably should bump this up to 3. It's great because, like the old Reanimator decks, it's the way to discard something big and stupid from your hand into the discard pile. Yeah, that's pretty good. Speaking of good, we've got Lotleth Giant at 6 colors and 1 black mana for a zombie giant. Undergrowth. When Lotleth Giant enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to target opponent for each creature card in your graveyard. Here's the thing. At first, I tried building this around the 20 creatures in my discard pile, kill my opponent in 1 shot. It was a stupid mistake. It doesn't work. It doesn't. The best you can hope for is 10 to 13 creatures, which means you do have to beat on your opponent a little bit, which is fine. So that's why we've got other creatures in the deck that help us kind of get damage through an attack. If you can do a couple of swings with a Doom Whisperer, you should be able to finish them off with a Lotleth Giant. That's what this deck is about. It's not so much a normal combo deck. Hey Drawser, what's up? Have you heard about the Church of Merfolk? We know the answer to all. Merfolk is a problem for this deck. I don't run any mass board wipes actually. We're of course running 1 Field of Ruin because it's kind of still relevant, but not as much. We're running 4 Watery Grave, we're running 3 Drowned Catacombs, we're running 9 Swamps, we're running 1 Memorial to Genius, because I am a genius and it's a memorial to me, and 6 Islands. So that's the deck. That is Lotleth Giant. Yeah, we know. No, we want to... I think I might call it there. I have pack stuff to do, so thank you very much for hanging out, and hopefully I'll see everyone at PAX tomorrow for some EDH Commander. This is Cheshire. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, etc. And I will catch you probably Monday or Tuesday. We will see. We'll see.